welcome back to ShopDog-Garage. This is another 55 Chevy video in which we're going to put supercharger back on the manifold. Should be good and cured now. Hopefully there's no more leaks. So that was a lot of work. Sorry we didn't actually film last week. I did a short. There was a lot we needed to get done in a hurry, and I didn't want to play with the camera, and I was already frustrated. But we got a nice 6 inches of snow last night while everybody was out for Valentine's Day, so that made it really fun outside. And we're warming it up in here right now, and we'll be right back. Figured while that's warming up, this is as good a time as any to tighten that power steering. It was a little loose, so now's as good a time as any. Now, for better or for worse, we're getting ready to drop that down. I really hope this sealed this time. And then if Adam should happen to watch, this is what it's like when you add coolant ports. So these just happen to be on a blower manifold, but we do that all the time. It's not that scary. We're not interested in damaging the car, so we're going to use the cherry picker. We may be able to lift this over and place it without denting or scratching anything, but even though it's snowy out, we decided, let's not be crazy. Let's not risk that. So we'll just pop the door up and use the cherry picker. All right. So here we've got a little blower cam action going here, out into the snow. Of course, I think what's really going to happen is I'm going to put you guys down and I'm going to pay attention now. Okay, that actually wasn't too painful. Trying to get this belt cogged on and lined up at the same time we're dropping that and clearing hoses. That was interesting, but we got it. I think it's going to work out pretty slick. So let's go ahead and find all our nuts and washers, and then we'll get our torque wrench, and I'll look it back up again, but I'm pretty sure this was really light, like 8 foot-pounds or something like that. Well, that's always a nice sight, seeing the blower back on. So there's a million things to hook back up, but we'll get there. It'll just take a couple weeks, maybe a month or 3, to remember where everything went. Okay, so we're getting there. It's just remembering where you had things hooked up and the way you had things routed. You know, like obviously that winds up right there. We'll do that in a minute. But 500 things. At least we don't have a hood on. And through the miracle of time, my back is killing me. But we're starting to get some stuff hooked back up here. So we're getting there. Got our crankcase vent back on. Our PCV is rerouted. These are just up out of my way. Got the power to the sniper all hooked back up. This, I believe, wound up being hidden by the fuel feeds. I think we're pretty happy with where we're at on the throttle right now. We monkeyed with that. We bought some more springs. The old springs were so stiff that once you hit them, it kind of made it an on-off switch. So I think we got these phased pretty good. So we're pretty happy with that, and it doesn't feel too bad on the foot. So we'll see. These guys are torqued to 12 foot-pounds. Have not done the idler pulley yet, but that's really not in my way at the moment. But we're slowly getting there. Slowly getting there. In fact, getting pretty close to needing some zip ties here pretty soon. And it took us a little while to remember that I had routed all of these behind here so that nothing gets stuck in the throttle. The last thing you want is a cable stuck and you lose control. That's terrifying. Starting to really get this corralled up now. Yeah, takes a lot of wiring and a lot of plumbing to make all of this work. But you can see we're getting there. We're getting there. I think the battery tray's coming pretty soon. Figured it's probably a good idea to throw some coolant in here before the battery box goes in. Because if there's any issues back here, let's do it while we can actually still get a light back here and look. Because remember, we have the heat coming out on the back of the manifold, and then that runs down in, and then it returns. I don't even remember where we returned it. Where did we return it? Well, let's follow the hose. Oh, back down at the water pump. So, okay. And What else we got going on here? So you can see we've started getting this all corralled back in. The wires all look pretty good. Pretty happy there. We did go ahead and tighten this. Remember, don't go monkey tight. You're just going to kill the bearings. Let the cogs do their job. So that's where we're at. And it was 15/16. And with that, we're going to let the coolant sit in here under air pressure for a while, just to make sure. We're pretty confident we did a really good job, but we were pretty confident last time, so we'll see. So, you know, it can still bleed down, you know, air can get in, but no dust and hopefully less spiders. But before we put this battery tray in, like I said earlier, it's going to be really hard to see this hose if the battery tray is there. So let's just leave that alone for now. You can see everything's kind of coming together. I'll bring the zip tie gun next week and we'll those so they're not too tight, but they're tight enough. Getting pretty happy up here. I think we'll do one more zippy right there just to give this a nice look. We've got some hoses for the nitrous stuff. We're going to finally get that routed back in here. So, you know, God, there's always more plans. So think about that for a minute. This is already $750 off the dyno, and he's already planning for more. Got to do it while you're still young enough. So, anyway, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we'll come back again next week, get another 55 Chevy video. ShopRock says, put your tools away or else.